let's move on to our next main topic. And our next main topic today comes to us from Jason Fitzpatrick, who writes, Shaft is funny as hell. Yeah, the story was kind of dumb and didn't make much sense at all, but I didn't go into a movie called Shaft with Sam L. Jackson for the great mystery. I wanted some good laughs with a bad mother effer, and that's what it gave me. Did you like it? All right, thanks a lot for the message, Jason. And yes, I also went to go see Shaft last night. I went to the AMC Burbank 16, pulled a doubleheader, went in to go see Shaft. Now, it's kind of like Men in Black to me. I didn't love the trailers to Shaft. I didn't think the trailers were all that special. But it's funny because like Robert Meyer Burnett, he loved the trailers for Shaft. And every time I was in a movie theater when a Shaft trailer would play, the audience always responded really well to it. Like it seemed like the audience was really digging the Shaft trailers. They just, for whatever reason, they didn't really work for me all that much. But I love me some Samuel L. Jackson. I love the Shaft character. So I went in there to give it a shot. And I'll say this, there's many things in your message that I agree with. It's funny. It is fun. It's a funny movie. I thought it was a funny movie. Was it dumb? Yes. Did the plot really make any coherent sense? No. The plot of Shaft to me felt like a plot to a 1980s television episode, not even a 1980s movie. It felt like a plot device pulled directly from a Magnum PI or a Smith & Smith or a A-Team or something like that. Kind of convoluted, doesn't really make a lot of sense. Why did this happen here? And if that's happening there, wouldn't it make, just a lot of logic problems in the movies along the way. And on that level, it's like, did they even try? Or did they just go, hey, you know what's awesome? Samuel L. Jackson playing Shaft. Yeah, that is awesome. Let's just make a movie. What should it be about? Who cares? Let's just put him on there. Let's give him a son this time. We'll have 3 generations of Shafts. It'll be awesome. All right. And they just went ahead and did that. And sure enough, Samuel L. Jackson playing Shaft is great. He is who he is. Look, I know there are going to be some people, and I understand, they're going to have take up some issues from a politically correct point of view, because there are some questionable things said and done in the movie. I granted that, but I thought even that stuff was always done tongue-in-cheek. And I thought it was done for humorous purpose because it's making fun of kind of who Shaft is. It glorifies who Shaft is, while at the same time it kind of makes fun of who Shaft is. And to me, that's the right approach. So while there are certain things said and done in the movie that would be considered questionable, I think it was all done firmly with tongue-in-cheek, like I said, and understanding that in those moments, they're also kind of making fun of who and what Shaft is, which I thought was done in good humor. So that's just me. So you might hear some people say stuff about that, and that's where it's coming from. And again, I'm not coming down on anybody that's going to complain about that stuff, because I get it. It's there. I just saw it a certain way, that it was done for humorous effect and kind of making fun of who the character is at times, which I thought made it perfectly workable. But I can get and see why maybe some other people look at it differently, and I'm not going to come down on anybody who looks negatively upon that stuff. But I will say it works on that level for me. Also, I gotta say, this Usher kid, he's pretty good in this movie. The guy who plays Samuel Jackson's son, he's pretty good in this movie. He really is. And I thought this would be some kid swimming out of his depth with a Samuel Jackson, because Samuel Jackson, he commands screen presence like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson does. So you're kind of taking your life in your hands when you're on screen with him. But he really does a very good job and holds his own. Seeing Roundtree in there again is always nice and special. And again, if all you're going into Shaft for is to see Samuel Jackson play Shaft, say some great funny one-liners, then I think you're going to walk out pretty happy. I know I walked out fairly happy. Not a great movie, but I will say it's pretty good. Why the studio sat on the reviews for this and hid the reviews, which I talked about yesterday, I think is bad faith between the studios and the audience. I've said that before, I'll say it again. I think that was a real dick move by the studios to hold off reviews and hide it from the audience. But I will say, my expectations got lowered. I went in. It is dumb. The plot makes no sense. But if you go into it just for a couple of good laughs based on this character being played by Sam Jackson, I think you're going to get your money's worth out of it. So that's two films I saw last night. I saw Men in Black International. I saw Shaft. I'm going to say I think I probably preferred Shaft. I think I got a little bit more entertainment out of Shaft. Both of them not terrible, neither of them great, but I'll at least say Shaft was pretty decent. I thought Shaft was pretty decent, so that's the best I can say for it. Anyway, did you guys have a chance to see Shaft? If so, let me know in the comment section below and let me know your thoughts.